What would you think if I told you there's a secret to getting more out of your team? Would you be interested? Well, stay tuned because today I'm going to flip your paradigm and show you how you can help maximize the talent of your team. Hey guys, this is Mac Lake bringing you tips, tools, and techniques helping you develop more and better leaders. Have you ever asked yourself the question, what do I need to do to get more out of my leaders? You're passionate about your mission, you're passionate about your organization, so obviously you want to get more out of your leaders, right? And so what do you do to get more out of your leaders? You cast a lofty vision, you set big, hairy, audacious goals, you give them incentives to get more out of them. Other leaders use an opposite approach. They use fear or guilt or intimidation to get more out of their leaders. And those are some of the things we do to get more out of leaders. But when we do that, we might see a short-term spike in productivity, but that short-term spike of productivity really virtually doesn't lead to any increase in their passion, loyalty, or the development of those leaders. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop. And I want you to put the shoe on the other foot for a minute, okay? What if somebody was trying to get more out of you? How would that make you feel? What would you want them to do? If they were using some of the techniques we talked about earlier, you'd probably feel used or manipulated. And that's not very motivating, right? So what about taking a different approach? Instead of focusing on how you can get more out of your team, let's focus on how we can put more into our team. Putting more into our leaders, though, is going to require something of a change for some of us. Putting more into your leaders is going to require that you be as passionate about your people as you are your organization. As passionate about your people as you are your mission. And listen, here's what happens. When you're passionate about your people and your leaders as you are your organization, you start asking them questions. You're looking at them and you're saying, hey, what's your vision? What's your dream? What's your passion? What are your hopes? What are your strengths? What are your gifts? What are your values? What would you like to contribute? What excites you the most about our mission, our organization, or our church? Here's what happens. When you begin to ask those questions, you discover what's in your leaders. And once you discover what's in your leaders, now you've got a secret. Now you know what you can believe in, invest in, and put more into your leaders to help maximize who God created them to be. And when you maximize who God created them to be, then you're going to enjoy the overflow of what comes out of them. Great leadership is more about what we can put into people rather than what we can get out of people. I hope that gives you a different perspective because sometimes we're so passionate about our mission, we're so passionate about our organization, we forget to be passionate about the very people that make that a reality. I can have the greatest vision in the world, but if I don't have a team, that vision will never become a reality. So we have to become as passionate about our people as we are our mission. Because when we do, things change. You're going to discover what's in them. And when you maximize what's in them, you're going to enjoy the overflow of what's coming out of them. Okay, let me give you one thing that you can do as a takeaway this week. I want you to think about one of your leaders, one that's not as engaged as you would like for them to be. And then find a time to meet with them and just ask them some questions. Ask them, what are you passionate about? Tell me about your gifts. Are we leveraging your gifts as an organization? Are we maximizing your strengths? What contribution would you like to bring to this organization? And as you ask them these questions, you're trying to see what's in them. And then once you see what's in them, you'll know what to do with it. You'll know how to pour more into them so that you can bring more out of them. All right? Give that a try this week. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how it went. And hey, click right here to go to the next video in this playlist to dive deeper into this topic. Thanks for joining me for this week's video. And thanks for helping me with the mission of equipping leaders to disciple more leaders. See you next Tuesday.